Hi everyone, this is Teacher Jules once again and welcome to another lecture video. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the chapter 2, which is right triangle and the Pythagorean Theorem. Specifically, at the end of the lecture video, you are expected to define what is a right triangle, state the Pythagorean theorem, and apply the Pythagorean theorem in solving the missing side of a right triangle. Now, what is right triangle? Recall that a triangle is a polygon having three sides. These three sides form three angles inside, such that the sum of the three angles is equal to 180 degrees. Recall also from our previous lecture that an angle is a set of points formed by the union of two rays. For example, in the figure, we have angle AOB, which is formed by the ray OA and ray OB, in which O is the common endpoint or the vertex. One type of an angle based on magnitude is a right angle. And right angle is an angle whose measure is 90 degrees. So based from the definition of what is a triangle and what is an angle, right triangle is a triangle containing 90 degrees angle. Since one angle of any right triangle is equal to 90 degrees, this means that the sum of the remaining angles should be equal to 90 degrees as well, so that the sum of the three angles would be equal to 180 degrees. This means that the two acute angles are complementary angles. Observe that the longest side of the right triangle is always opposite the right angle, and we call that side as the hypotenuse. In the given figure, A and B are the legs of the right triangle, while C is the hypotenuse. Now you already know what is a right triangle. Let us proceed of understanding Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem states that the sum of the square of the two sides or legs of the right triangle is always equal to the square of the hypotenuse. Or in symbols, we have a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, where a and b are the legs and c is the hypotenuse. And remember that this equation or the Pythagorean theorem is only applicable in right triangles. Now let's apply this theorem in finding the missing side of the right triangle. Let us have the example. In the right triangle ACB with the right angle at angle C, its leg is 5 centimeters and 12 centimeters long. Let A be equal to 5, B is equal to 12, and C is unknown. Now, using the Pythagorean theorem, A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared, substitute the given variables. A is equal to 5, B is equal to 12, and C is unknown. So we have 5 squared plus 12 squared is equal to C squared. 5 squared is 25. 12 squared is 144. So we have now 25 plus 144 is equal to c squared. 25 plus 144, that is 169. So 169 is equal to c squared. Now we are going to eliminate the squared by applying the square root in both sides of the equation. So we have here now square root of 169 is equal to square root of c squared. Square root of 169 is equal to 13, and square root of c squared cancel out the square root and the squared, so we have c. So c is equal to 13. Therefore, our hypotenuse is equal to 13 centimeters. Now let us try to have another example. Now this time, we have one leg as the unknown. We have the short leg, which is 24 feet, and the hypotenuse is 40 feet. Now, let A be equal to 24, C is equal to 40, and B is unknown. Using the Pythagorean Theorem, we have A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So we have one leg is 24, other leg is unknown, and the hypotenuse is 40. So we have 24 squared plus B squared is equal to 40 squared. 24 squared is 576. B squared is unknown. 40 squared is 1,600. Now this time, what we are going to do is to eliminate 576 on the left side. It's either we're going to apply the subtraction property of equality, wherein we're going to subtract both sides of the equation by 576, or just simply transpose it on the other side. So 576 transpose on the right side of the equation, we will have B squared is equal to 1,600 minus 576. And always remember, if you are going to transpose a number to the other side of the equation, the sign will change. Positive becomes negative, negative becomes positive. So we have here now B squared is equal to 1,600 minus 576. So B squared is equal to 1,024. Again, to eliminate the squared, apply the square root on both sides of the equation. So we have here now square root of B squared is equal to square root of 1,024. Square root of B squared cancel out the square root and squared. What was left is B, and that is equal to square root of 1,024 is 32. So we have here now B is equal to 32. Therefore, the measure of the other leg of the right triangle is 32 feet. Now let's apply the Pythagorean theorem in problem solving. For example, the firefighter's extension ladder is leaning against a building, so its top just touches the gutter at the roof edge. You know that the ladder is 41 feet long and its base is 9 feet away from the wall of the building. How high is the building? Now, as shown in the illustration on the right, the ladder is the hypotenuse, which is equal to 41 feet, and it is 9 feet away from the building, and we represent it as the base or the short leg. And we are going to find the height of the building. Applying the Pythagorean theorem, A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Substitute now the given variables. So we have A is 9, B is unknown, and C is 41. So we have here now 9 squared plus B squared is equal to 41 squared. 9 squared is 81. B squared is the same, unknown, is equal to 41 squared is 1,681. Transpose 81 on the other side of the equation. So we have here now B squared is equal to 1,681 minus 81. 1,681 minus 81 is 1,600. This time again, apply the square root on both sides of the equation to eliminate the squared. So we have here now square root of B squared is equal to 1,000, or the square root of 1,600. So cancel out the square root and the squared. What was left is B. Square root of 1,600 is 40. Therefore, we have here now the height of the building is equal to 40 feet. And that was the first part of chapter 2, which is the right triangle and the Pythagorean theorem. Now, if you have some questions, don't hesitate to DM or contact me. And next lesson would be trigonometric functions. And for you to know what to do next, please read the description below. Thank you.